talk.
Episode 115, Your Mother, My Dog, the podcast. It's the birthday episode.
Happy birthday, Josh.
Jesse got a haircut.
I did. For your birthday.
What was the actual reason?
I needed a haircut. It'd been a long time.
Where do you go?
I went to Status Barbershop.
On Fort Street.
Yep. You deliver mail there all the time.
No, I don't. I don't deliver mail there.
Nope.
Is it on 4th Street? I have no idea.
No.
Well, now I must know. Status Barber Shop. It's on Yates.
Yates. That's the one.
1010 Yates. A little shout out there. It's by Pandora.
Pandora, another street in Victoria.
Some may say a worse street. But... Anyways, what's new with you?
It was only my best buddy's birthday. Turned 34 years old. How was your birthday, Josh?
It was fine. I went to work, came home. People said nice things to me.
Yep. No special activity, no special dinner.
So something you may not know about me, and something everybody probably doesn't know about me, is that I hate making decisions. And so for your birthday, people are like, "Oh, what do you want to do? How do you feel?" and stuff, and I hate that. And I want you guys just to make decisions for me. So they'd be like, "Well, what do you want for dinner? It's a special dinner." So I had to decide what I wanted for dinner, which I hate. Somebody just make that. What do you want to watch with dinner? Like, just make my mind up for me.
What are you folding right now? You're folding. You're crunching. Yeah. See, the cat's even coming to stop you from doing that.
Yeah, my birthday was great. Thank you for asking. 34. The end.
34. It's exciting. Next one will be 35. That one sounds a little scary, to be honest, but
See, 33. You'll find this out soon. 33 is a good age because 2 3s. You're 33. I like the but
easier
34
to remember.
is like, 34. It's like it's a nothing age.
I don't know about you, but around like lately, when someone asks me like how old I am, I constantly forget how old I am. I have to do the math now. I used to always remember, and now I always forget.
Yeah.
Just comes with age, Getting old. It's a reality of life.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be like, let me think for a second. What year is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yeah, and you're good?
Yes, I'm doing quite well, thank you. Yes, it wasn't my birthday this week.
No, you had your birthday episode 6 months ago.
That's right. June 19th is my birthday.
7 months ago.
Yeah, more like 7 months.
Classic Jesse, always having to butt in. It's my birthday, and you have to be like, nope, well, this is my birthday, so.
Yeah, I do want it to be about me and my birthday. Are we supposed to be getting snow sometime soon?
Not that I know of.
I heard someone say that at work, that like in a couple of weeks we're supposed to be getting snow. But then I thought, do they really know whether we're getting 2 weeks from now?
I'm traveling next week. And I looked at the weather. So I looked at the weather yesterday for next Thursday, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to be really nice, dry up until Wednesday next week. And then Thursday, Friday, rain, and then nice again. But I haven't looked past like Saturday. So I don't know. But I look at the weather a lot because I work outside.
Fair enough. Now, we're doing an episode next week? Yes?
If you want to. I don't know.
Okay.
We
I do.
Plans. Oh,
well,
because I'm here at Wednesday. No one listens.
Okay, great.
You just keep asking, like, do we have to? I'm like, Whatever you
No.
want.
I'm not asking if we have to. I'm just making sure.
Nobody
I
pays
remember
me.
yesterday. Was that yesterday I messaged you? Yeah, it was yesterday.
It's my birthday.
I was messaging you happy birthday, but I also inquired as to whether we're doing an episode today because I couldn't remember if we said we were or not. But you seemed...
Fear. We're watching Fear.
Yes, Reese Witherspoon.
But
And Gail
we'll
Grissom.
Yeah, exactly. What's his real name? William Peterson, but I called him Gil Grissom as well. Yeah, we can do one next week. I'm not busy.
That's great. I like the sound of that.
So, one thing before you talk about yourself. Last week we did Jeopardy.
Yes.
It's just been in here this whole time. I haven't ripped it or looked at it, so these are all surprises for me.
Are we going to do all 7 up till today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to do it now or later?
Maybe we should do a couple now and a couple later. We'll be able to do more than a couple later, but we could do a few now and the rest later.
So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll do 9 as well, maybe.
Okay.
What's new with you? Besides the haircut and the cat thing?
The cat thing. Well, I have cats. That's true. New with me. I have a haircut. I really don't know. Do you read much? I know. I'll tell you one thing I know for absolute certainty. Megan reads a lot.
Yeah, she read 154 books in 2024.
Yeah, it's a lot of books. It's a lot of books.
Some are audiobooks.
Okay.
Kind of thing. Like 120, I think, real books.
Okay. Still, an impressive feat. I think last year I read 1 book, something like that. In previous years, maybe I'd get up to max 10 or so. And that's like when I was in the middle of university, having to read books for classes and stuff like that.
Yep.
I'm thinking this year maybe I should read some more books.
Yeah.
I think I might set like a reasonable goal of 5. I mean, I know that's not very many books, but at least it's more than 0.
Yep. 2024, my New Year's resolution was to read more books, and I set a goal for 10, and I read 7. So
that's not bad. Maybe I'll set it for 10. I mean, when I go to thrift stores, I'm always looking for books, especially from like Kurt Vonnegut and Cormac McCarthy books I haven't read and stuff like that.
Yeah, The Road.
The Road. That's one of the few I haven't read.
Kurt Vonnegut. Well, I have The Road, and I have Fahrenheit 451, Kurt Vonnegut, if you want it.
Mm-hmm. I might have that. I think I have like 7 Kurt Vonnegut books, and I've read 1 of them. So I have so many books to choose from. I just got to start going,
Well, that's my whole thing was too. I only wanted to read books I had in the house. And
yeah, you don't want to like oversaturate your book collection without having actually read any of them.
Plus, you have them, you might as well read them.
Well, that's just it too. Boy, there's a lot going on over there.
Meow.
Anyway.
Yeah, we can't see it, but you can see it. So that's good.
I can see everything. I can see everything. You know what I'm talking about?
The Reading Rainbow.
That's the one. Reading Rainbow. What's your most beloved childhood show? Perhaps the one you watched the most or you feel most nostalgic for?
I don't know if it's the right answer, if it's the most nostalgic, but the first thing that came to mind when you asked that question was the Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Okay. I like that. That's a good answer.
I'm sure there's another one, but right now that's the answer.
It seems like a question where your gut reaction is probably the right answer.
Sure.
So we'll go with that. So yeah, besides your favorite show being Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from when you were a kid, nothing else is new with me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. So, I don't know how they do this. How they decide the categories for this Jeopardy one. But the last question I asked you about Homer last week. Do you remember that one?
Yep.
That category was ancient Greeks. So for the third and the fourth, they're also ancient Greeks.
Mm-hmm.
You'll like this one. For the fifth, it's the post office.
Oh.
And then 6, 7, 8 is kid stuff.
Okay.
And 9 is the planets.
Yeah, I remember with my Jeopardy calendar from last year, it would do like usually like 3 or 4 questions, same category, and then go on to the next one.
Right.
Not
So
doesn't always do that, but
the post office only has one. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do up to 9 because that's when the episode will come out on the 9th today.
Okay.
So yeah, so we'll do 3 and then we'll talk about the movie and then we'll do the rest.
Okay. That sounds good.
Okay. Are you ready?
I am ready.
So ancient Greek, this is 1200. So it's
okay.
It's not like the Homer question.
Okay.
You won't get it.
Okay, awesome.
Want to read the surviving works of this philosopher who founded the Lyceum? Lyceum. Lice. You can see him in an Oxford reference book. Want to read the surviving works of this philosopher who founded the Lyceum? You can see him in an Oxford reference book.
No idea.
He's somebody you've heard of before. So just think of a Greek philosopher. Anyone. Greek philosopher. What's one maybe everybody knows?
I don't know, man. I don't know Greek philosophy or Greek history or Greek anything.
Who is Aristotle?
Okay.
So this is ancient Greek, the last one. 2000. So it's the hardest one.
Great.
Legend has it, after an important discovery, he ran the streets naked yelling Eureka. We don't know what the neighbors said. After an important discovery, he ran the streets naked yelling Eureka. You'll never get it.
I don't know. Archimedes.
Is that backwards for you?
No.
Okay. It's backwards for me. And then the last one for now is the post office. Oh, maybe would this just be easier for you then?
Yeah, but maybe not for our audio listeners, probably not as much. Postmaster General J. Edward Day predicted that this 1963 innovation would speed up mail delivery as much as 24 hours.
I'm also curious to know. This 1963 innovation would speed up mail delivery. I bet you it has to do with vehicles instead of like.
Yeah.
So we watched the postman.
Mm-hmm.
They did horses, so maybe this was delivered with cars. I haven't looked the answer yet.
I really have no idea. Commercial flights.
Yeah. Okay. The answer is, what are zip codes? Zip codes.
I'm sure that helped. I don't know how they did it before. The address.
It also didn't give. It didn't give a number amount.
Okay.
So
that one's just sort of like for funsies, maybe.
The next one is $200 for kid stuff, but we'll talk about another kid stuff movie, and that is Fear, 1996. It was really hard to watch this movie for me because there's a lot of I had to search it, but there's a lot of movies or TV shows that have the word fear in the title.
Mm-hmm.
So finding it was kind of a pain in the behind.
Right. But you got there in the end, I assume.
Got there in the end, yeah. We watched it as a family. It was great.
Oh, you and Megan watched it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Maybe I should change it to Megan forever. There you go.
Great.
So that's obviously in reference to the tattoo he gives himself. What were your initial first thoughts about this teen movie, Fear?
I will say my initial thoughts were quite positive.
Sure.
And, things actually changed the moment that your little name tag there, this Nicole Forever thing, when that scene happened, I felt like the movie went really downhill from there. But up until then, I thought it was quite a clever thriller.
Yeah, The Tale of Two Movies. Basically, once the car was trashed for me, then it kind of split. Obviously, the ending was what it was. We'll talk about that, I'm sure. But I didn't know this at the time. But it's another film that's filmed in Vancouver. Another Vancouver film.
It looked very Vancouver.
Very Vancouver.
Ian.
PNE on the roller coaster.
Yep. Oh, that's at the PNE.
That's the wooden roller coaster, the PNE.
Okay.
I think that's the wooden one.
I think that's the scene this movie is most famous for.
Yeah. Reese herself hated it and wanted and got a body double for that. Wasn't even her.
Yeah. Yeah, I read that as well.
Because she's a young girl.
Yes, I think she was portraying a 16-year-old. I think she was actually 20. Yeah, 19 or 20 when this was filmed. But yes.
What if I told you that this movie was actually filmed in 1994, but didn't come out till 1996, making her 18?
Okay, she was 18.
Still, 18, 20, not much of a difference. It's not like a 16 to 18 difference.
I guess there's, I don't know what they're called exactly, but I guess like there's always a person on set now for like when there's sex scenes and stuff. That I guess they make sure everything's all kosher. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that was a thing back then. From what I was reading about her experience with that whole scene and stuff. So
yes,
yes, unfortunate.
Because that came up recently. Because there's a movie that's out now called Anora, and then whoever started that was talking about it. She's like, I don't need one, or whatever. Yes. How do you like Mark Wahlberg?
I thought his performance was actually quite good until, I mean, yeah. I think the writing is really what made this movie go downhill. And, he couldn't choose what his character was supposed to do. And it got really over the top, but I don't think that was his fault. But I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah. Thick Boston accent for a guy from Washington State.
Well, no, it said he was from the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
That was
okay.
Well, that's what he said, but of course he was doing a lot of lying, so
no, I think you're right.
Yeah. I really like William Peterson.
Gil Grissom from CSI. Gil Grissom.
Yeah, he was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought the acting was quite solid overall. Except for some of the side characters, especially the group that Mark Wahlberg's character was part of. I don't know what they were exactly. I don't think really a gang, but kind of maybe gang adjacent or something like that. But
Yeah, they could have dug into that a little more.
yeah, we don't really get any of what they're doing as what they're doing, you know?
Because there was the one comment from the guy when he was just in bed, lying down, thinking that he messed up his chance with Reese Witherspoon. That's just something about, oh, when his dad comes back, we're all going to be in trouble or something.
Yeah.
But
and then there was like a scene where some guy walks in and he's like, okay, yeah, he's interested in the dog or something. I'm like, what? It didn't really make much sense.
yeah. Yeah.
It also took me a while to understand, like, the whole family, like, what their relation was to each other. Like, that was her real dad.
Mm-hmm.
And she was seeing Laura, the mom, but then the son was born. It didn't really make much sense.
Well, it was confusing because the first scene was the little boy calling him dad, and him being excited that he got called dad. So I thought, which it could be wrong, was that Reese Witherspoon and Gil Grissom, they are together,
Mm-hmm.
and then Laura and the child are together, like a mixed family.
Yes. But then it also made it a little confusing when Reese Witherspoon and Mark Wahlberg's character were like first together, like sitting on the car or whatever, and they were talking about their family and stuff. And she's like, yeah, I moved here with my mom, and it was just her and I in this big house for a year or something. And I'm like, but then I think she said that she moved to LA with her mom, and then she came back here. But then she was also like, yeah. He was like, oh, how's your relationship with your dad? And she's like, oh, well, I don't really know him. I just spent most of my life not with him. And I was just like, I don't know, it made it confusing, but I didn't feel as though that really added much to the plot of this movie anyway.
Mm-hmm. They're just confusing us.
Yes.
For no reason.
Yes. And I don't think it's because I was easily confused. I just think it was confusing.
Yeah. I mean, this movie was pretty insane. Some things they did, like just Mark Wahlberg attacking a dude for no reason, and then hitting Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
And then just easily forgiving him. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
The guy had his... apparently, in the script, David, the guy who was murdered, his neck broken in the park, or in the forest.
Gary, I thought.
Who's David?
I don't think there is a David. Is there? Oh, David is Mark Wahlberg's character.
Oh, sorry. Gary. He was written in the script as gay.
Mm.
So him being attacked would have changed the movie if they didn't go like Gary's a character. Yeah, he's the friend, but he didn't. It was just weird.
Yeah,
him being there because I thought he was gay without them telling us that, right?
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know. But that whole, and then he just gets murdered.
I felt there was just like a lot of loose ends and things that were in the movie for no reason, and it kind of muddied the water a little and took away from what was for the first half of the movie like a really solid movie. But there was just like these little things that sort of detracted from it. Like there was a scene where Reese Witherspoon, Nicole, she's at the house with her dad and Mark Wahlberg's there, and then their friend Margot's there.
Mm-hmm. Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, and then Margot like bends over to grab something, and Reese Witherspoon's dad like checks her out.
Yep.
But what did that have to do with anything in the plot?
Well, I
Like,
thought the
okay,
same thing too.
like, okay, he's a bit of a bad guy, or like, obviously he shouldn't be doing that. But then I just didn't really see what that added. It's very strange.
I thought the same thing as well. I'm like, okay, they're gonna go deeper into that. They're gonna make the dad and her have like this weird relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but that didn't happen. Nothing came of that.
Yeah. And I thought the way that they wrote the plot, it just didn't make sense for how little the police seemed to care about what was happening. Like, there was just too much extremes going on. And then there was like 3 times that the dad called the police. It was like, listen, he assaulted my daughter in the bathroom. Is there nothing you can do about it? They're like, nah. It's like, I don't really think that's how it would normally work.
I mean, there was the lady in the bathroom too. There was a witness. So it's
Yeah,
not
she
like,
was there.
It's not like
and she was screaming, help, help.
Yeah. Black eye.
Yeah. It was just weird.
Yeah. This wasn't a perfect movie.
No.
It was entertaining.
And then, there was a lot of entertainment for sure. I liked it was weird, but I liked the scene where he was like beating his chest. At first I was like, is he just like a weird, like masculine performative thing? Is that what he's doing? But then I guess he was trying to bruise himself or something, or
because poking. Yeah, no, same thing. I thought he was just like being a gorilla, just hitting his chest. Men.
It was weird, but it was like kind of, I don't know, it sort of worked. It was like a somewhat, maybe a slightly over the top, like glimpse at how crazy he really is. And obviously, I think they could have played into that a bit more, because what I was saying before about when he like gave himself a tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Then, yeah. And then it just escalated too quickly. It's like, okay, now we're getting a glimpse of his room, and he's got a shrine to Nicole, and he's pasted her face on family photos and changed. It's like I understand that he likes her, I guess, even though he's interested in other women too, evidently.
Yeah.
So I guess he's just trying to. It was weird.
This movie, an hour and a half, a rare time where we could have used 30 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
To get a 2-hour movie and just fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
Could have gotten there.
Yeah. It really fell apart, I found.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot happening. The whole Alyssa Milano storyline, too.
Yeah. I didn't think enough attention was brought to that either.
Sure. And then, I mean, the whole ending.
Yeah. I didn't really like the ending either.
I don't think a lot of people did like the ending. It just didn't really fit with the whole movie. Just kind of a fight scene. He goes through, dies pretty easily.
Yeah. It just felt super rushed. And especially like they killed the family dog.
I saw that coming. We had to look up, does the dog die? There's a website, doesthedogdie.com. And we had to look it up beforehand, because when there's a dog in a movie like this, like, that's the dog is dying.
Right.
It looked like a dead dog's head, though. So kudos to them.
Yeah. And it did, actually. It did. But I just didn't feel as though the family like reacted in a way normal people would.
They forgot about their dog.
They're just like, oh, let's just cover that up. Just don't worry about that.
There's a lot happening. They're trying to break into the house.
Yeah. And then like the callback with the peace pipe or whatever.
Yeah. To the back.
And also, there was a scene where the guy like sticks his hand in the door, and Laura has the drill at that point.
Little Home Alone.
Yeah. So, oh, I'm going to drill this guy's hand. It was like the fakest looking drill into his hand.
Well, they can't go real.
They can't, but you could. I mean, they made the dog head thing look real.
Sure. Beautiful house.
Nice house. Lots of security.
Yeah. I looked it up in like what it looks like now, and no security, but still a beautiful house. Surrounded by the water. Lions Bay by the Horseshoe Bay ferry terminal.
Wow.
Sea to Sky Highway. Yeah. They raced.
Yeah.
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 He was always going to die. I think Mark Wahlberg always going to die. Nobody else. Sure, he had the gun to the dad's head, but he was never going to kill him. They were always going to survive.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
You know the character Gru, in the Minion movies.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first movie that he appeared in? Was it maybe a 2010 film?
I have no idea.
Voiced by Steve Carell.
Wait.
You never watch any of the
I mean,
the Minion movies? But that like the one movie with Steve Carell playing Gru that
like
has like 4 movies.
Despicable Me.
Yeah, Despicable Me. Good job.
Okay. I figured that's what you were doing. Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, great movie to talk about. There's a lot going on.
Definitely a lot going on.
Roller coaster, teenage love, forbidden love.
Yeah. It also felt how strangely casual. Well, I mean, how old was he supposed to be? Do we ever get that age?
He did tell the mom that he was going to the University of Washington the next September, which would insinuate he's like 19.
Okay.
But he's probably older.
Right. Okay.
I don't think it ever tells us specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But for what it's worth, he's 5 years older than Reese Witherspoon.
In real life.
In IRL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one had a ton of potential.
Yeah.
But part of why I think it's not really that good of a movie is how much promise it shows and then like takes so much of that away.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool. It was cool seeing the car destroyed and then the revenge Gil Grissom takes. Just taking all of his anger out on that house. I like that scene.
Yeah, that scene was good, but at the same time, like obviously he's upset. But it seems like putting your life... You know how crazy this guy is already. You've said many times this guy is insane. So you're just going to go to his house and just go inside. Mm-hmm. I mean, there was no one there at the time. But just like start trashing the place, that seems like that's going to escalate things, don't you think? And it surely did. Yeah,
but he's not thinking that. He loves that car so much and he hates David so much that he's like, I'm blinded with rage. I can't control myself. Yes, there will be consequences, but I'm not thinking about that right now.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, anything else? Anything else you want to speak on? Poor Gary. Not a very fast runner. He had a head start, and then David got up to him real quick. And then like the whole like jump, neck break, and out of there.
Yeah. I'm just seeing what other movies this guy has done. The director. He directed Glengarry Glen Ross, which is an extremely good movie. But the rest of his films aren't what I would call winners.
50 Shades.
Yeah. This guy did Glengarry Glen Ross and then didn't put out this movie? Weird.
Alec Baldwin. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
It's a good movie.
71. But it was written by Christopher Crowe. They all have these names. He wrote The Last of the Mohicans
Oh, yes.
and
Daniel Day-Lewis.
The Bone Collector.
Oh.
What happened? This is the last movie he ever wrote. Well, maybe he has more in him, but he's also old. Okay, scores or?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, well, what do you think about the acting?
The acting was good from the main folks, I thought, overall. Some problems with the side characters. But, I mean, it's not going to be perfect, right? I think the acting, probably get like a 7. The acting was pretty solid.
Yeah, Reese was great. Mark Wahlberg, he was captivating on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Gil Grissom, not his real name, but he did great. Amy Brenneman was, fine, whatever. Well, the side hustle, the dudes in the house, they're all just like Canadian actors who didn't really do anything. They just got this job because they looked rough.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna give it a 7 as well. So
okay, well there you
go. 7. The ending though. I would say the ending was interesting, and I mean, who doesn't love a good fight scene with like everything on the line? But it didn't really help the story. It kind of made the last hour and 15 minutes mean nothing. They were just gonna fisticuff it to the end. So I'm gonna give it a 4. 4 to 10. A bit rough, but
no, I don't think you're wrong in saying so. It was like a weird, like, sure, there was a lot of action and they were fighting, but it felt low stakes because I felt like I knew what was going to happen, and what I thought was going to happen was pretty much exactly what happened.
Through a window.
Yeah, just kind of, he's dead and everyone's happy, and just wasn't that creative and well thought out, and felt kind of rushed. The whole movie felt a little bit rushed. Everything was happening too quickly. So yeah, I think I'll agree with you on this one too, a 4.
How do you feel about the movie overall? Score to 10.
I think, I mean, it had some good moments, but a lot of bad moments, I thought. And I think they just average out. So we'll give it a 5 out of 10. Okay.
I found the movie entertaining. There were some things wrong with it, but I liked my hour and 38 minutes. So I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. 6.
Okay.
0.5. Best movie of the year. Technically not.
This is my cue. This is my cue to remember what the name of my next movie is.
Nosferatu.
I got it. Oh, this is terrible reviews.
That was, well, of course. I mean, Fear had 40-something% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the IMDb score wasn't very good either, but Fear, 1996. We did it.
Okay. Yes. Oh, great.
And the next movie,
do you want to start? Yeah. The next movie we're doing is a comedy.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
It's got Jennifer Coolidge in it.
Mm-hmm.
She's hot right now. It's also got a little guy named Jermaine Clement of Flight of the Conchords. We're watching a movie called Gentlemen Broncos.
Right. Gentlemen Broncos. Never heard of it, but I will tell you, this isn't our first Jermaine Clement movie. Eagle vs.
Nope.
Shark did work out pretty well for us, but I don't have the same hope for the Gentlemen Broncos.
This one also has Sam Rockwell. He was in Moon. You liked that one.
Yeah, he was in Moon. This one also has Mike White in it, who is the creator of White Lotus, and he also wrote The School of Rock. There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
And
He's
Nacho Libre.
Ned Schneebly. Right? Directed by Jared Hess, who did Napoleon Dynamite. Pretty solid movie. Nacho Libre, one of the best comedies of all time.
Yeah, Gentlemen Broncos. Yeah, well, look at him. Look at that hair.
It's got potential. It's got potential.
It's on Prime, but it's not on Prime.
Of course.
Cool. Gentlemen Broncos. Oh, it's written by Jared and Jerusha Hesh.
Oh.
Husband and wife, best known for their work on Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, and Gentlemen Broncos.
There you go.
So it's a 3. They say in 3, so this must be good. Must be good. Oh, it had a $10 million budget and only made $118,000.
That's a good sign. Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it should be interesting. It's either going to be real good or real bad. So that's exciting. Gentlemen Broncos. Wonderful. Okay, are you ready? What are you looking up?
I was just looking at actors, writers of Gentlemen Broncos.
Well, so you named Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre, which are 2 pretty iconic movies for the 2000s. This question has to do with another pretty iconic thing.
Okay.
So it's under kid stuff again. This is from Tuesday, January the 7th, my birthday. Are you ready?
I am so ready.
This Danish maker of interlocking toy bricks produces more tires annually than Goodyear.
Lego.
Danish maker of interlocking toy bricks. What is Lego? Correct. $600. For you?
That was an easy, very easy one.
This one's kid stuff for $1,000.
Okay. This
one might not be that easy. Paul O. Zielinski won a Caldecott Medal for his retelling of this grim fairy tale that puts follicles at the forefront. Grim fairy tale that puts follicles at the forefront. Just take a look. Follicle. You know what a follicle is?
Yeah, like hair follicles.
There you go. What is a famous? I wouldn't call it a grim fairy tale. I don't know it as a grim fairy tale, but what's a story that has hair? A lot of hair. Perhaps a woman's involved.
Are we talking like fucking Rapunzel? Like,
yeah. What is
okay?
What is Rapunzel? Good for you. $1,000. Grim fairy tale? I wouldn't think of it.
No, not really. Okay.
This one's also easy, but it's under the planets. $400. The planets. I'm going to read it upside down. Google and NASA teamed up to provide a virtual tour of this planet as recorded by the Curiosity rover $400. Curiosity rover, what planet?
Mars.
Yeah, Mars. For some reason, Siri said hello to that.
Whoa.
Curiosity?
I thought she just...
Oh, if you say the word curiosity, it just comes up.
You're welcome.
Yep, good for you. You did pretty good. And this batch, next week's batch, starts with the planets as well. So get some thinking about planets. Do some reading.
I'll get some thinking about planets.
Got some recycling to do.
Apparently.
Yeah. Well, now what?
I don't know. We have 4 minutes to kill. So that's something. How are the Vancouver Canucks doing?
They lost again tonight, so it's tough. It's tough right now. It's tough out there, but we're seeing positive. We're taking the small victories, and we're like, hey, that's okay. They did that well. It's all that matters.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think is your best aspect of your team? Like, would it be your goaltending? Would it be your defense, your offense? What would you say?
Quinn Hughes. He's the best aspect of the team. He's the only good thing happening right now. Quinn Hughes, a man.
Quinn Hughes.
A young boy.
What position does he play? What role does he play?
He's a defenseman and our captain.
Okay.
Quinn Hughes.
Okay. Shout out Quinn Hughes if you're listening.
Yeah, how's your paddling cap going? Paddling good?
You got to put that paper down. Put the paper down.
How's your paddling doing?
The paddling is good. I'm paddling on Saturday and Sunday. Got a race coming up in Burnaby, first week end of February.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Icebreaker.
Burnaby.
Typically quite Burnaby. That's right.
Known for their lakes. Is this a lake race?
It is. At Lotus Paddling Club. It's a pretty fun one. Good to see some of my friends from Seattle who usually come up for that one. Should be a good time. But besides that, that's about it.
That's good. We just...
Yeah.
So it's 48 minutes into our podcast, and we're also streaming live on Twitch. We just got a Twitch comment, Twitch chat. Can I read it to you? Or do you got it?
Yes, please. No, you go ahead.
It's from somebody named Subjective Magnitude. Subjective Magnitude. And they say, cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space. And then they at O2LRYOUY. Cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space. So, something to think about. We can get cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Thanks, Subjective Magnitude.
Thank you very much.
Is that Mackenzie?
Yeah, that's Mackenzie. Yeah, she likes to just sneak in little scam links to get more viewers for our stream.
Oh,
so
I didn't think about it. It's cheap viewers. It's not free viewers. You have to pay for it.
Yeah. Sure do. What are they trying to say? Like, we don't have a lot of viewers or something?
We clearly don't have enough viewers.
No.
But they found us somehow, so that's exciting.
Thank you for tuning in, Subjective Magnitude. I hope
Maybe we can
at them. Say beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop.
Thanks.
Something they'll understand.
We'll check it out. We'll
just say
the space.
Yes. You should say, like, if you give us $5, we'll check it out and then buy some.
If you give us $5,
Perfect.
we will check them out. Okay, Jesse, well, that's it for us.
That's it. We've hit our quota.
Yeah, thank you, Subjective Humanity, for giving us stuff to talk about the last 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Gentleman Bronco.
What are you oh-godding for? Don't be so pessimistic.
Okay, well, here's the thing. For the next few weeks, I start work at 8 a.m. And normally, I watch my movies in the morning over 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, depending on how long the movie is, before work, between 8 and 9 before work. And I can't anymore because I work so early. So now I gotta find a space, and this isn't gonna be a movie that Megan wants to watch, so I have to figure out how to watch the movie. But I will. I'll get it done. That's just what's going through my head. That's all.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to have inconvenienced you. Would you like me to pick something else?
No. Comedy. I gotta. Whatever we watch next week won't be a comedy. Don't worry. Nothing funny about the next one. Okay, Jesse, thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. If you got this far, your brother would know the podcast, episode 115, Fear. Josh and Jesse, over and out.
Thank you very much.